Alright, yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy YBP Gang, YBP Nation, YBP Boxing, YBP MMA. Coming at y'all with another fight prediction for UFC 292 pay-per-view card, headlined by Aljamain versus Sean O'Malley. Bantamweight title on the line. Big card, big stuff coming up. Really excited for the whole card. Really short, concise card. I like it like that, Not too many fights, just 12 fights, not, 15. It's good. Gonna get through it easy. Pacing gonna be good. One fight after another, banger after banger. And we finally gonna get to that main event. Sean O'Malley, will he reclaim that title? Or will Aljamain continue to reign as the bantamweight GOAT? Let's get right into it, though. First fight, Silva versus Marina Moroz. I'm gonna go with Silva by decision. I just think she's. I heard a lot of people out there on Marina Moroz. I think she can mix it up. Do some stuff to Silva, but I think all around, Silva got a pretty complete game. I'm not too confident on this pick, but yeah, I'm a picker. It's a rematch. I think Marina Moroz won the first matchup, if I'm not mistaken. I could check real quick. Let's see here. It was back in the day, though. Yeah, she did beat her, back in the day. But, it's a new matchup, Silva's the favorite. I think she's going to get it done, so give me her. Next fight, Andrea Lee versus Natalia Silva. I'm all over Natalia Silva on this one. She got beautiful striking. She's beautiful herself. She's just punishing everywhere she goes. She can even take you down. She has some submissions, but she doesn't really show that part of her game. But the really big thing, though, is striking, man. It's just amazing. And I don't think Andrea Lee has the power. She has the volume. She can put out, a lot of strikes, but not the power to really punish someone like Natalia Silva. All right, my bad. Yeah, but now she got the power. Natalia Silva does. And I think she gets the knockout in round 2, so give me her. Next fight, got Andre Petroski versus Gerald Meerschaert. I got Gerald Meerschaert by decision. I think he's gonna outclass Andre Petroski. A lot of Andre Petroski's fights. First of all, he's a short, stocky guy. I think he's gonna have trouble getting in, and striking well against Gerald Meerschaert. I think this might be one of the tallest guys he's faced. I'm not too sure about that, but I think the reach is gonna be an issue for him. He gasses a lot too. People like to say he has big power, but, for how long? I see in a lot of his, fights, he's throwing everything into his punches, just doing a little too much on the feet. I think Gerald Meerschaert is going to use, his veteran experience, all the time he's had in the UFC. I think he's going to come back and really help him in this matchup. Yeah, man, I don't understand why Andre Petroski is such a big favorite. I think it's a really good matchup for him. Even if he does get taken out by Andre Petroski, he'll have, the BJJ. I know Petroski's really good there too, but I just think GM3 should be able to keep the fight at range, strike, hit him with the big shots, tire him out, and come on late, steal like rounds 2 and 3, and win a close decision. He might even submit him, but I'm not going to go that far. I'll just say he gets a split decision over Andre Petroski in a big upset. Next fight, Brad Katona versus Cody Gibson. Going with Brad Katona here. He's just a winner. He's not going to make the fight look too pretty. It's probably going to be a boring fight. Probably going to hold him up against the cage. A lot of booing from the crowd, but he's going to go out there and he's going to win fights. He knows how to do that. We saw that in the Contender Series. He's part of the reason why I was sleeping during some of those episodes. Because he's just such a boring style. A lot of the times. The second fight he had on Dana West. No, not Dana West. The Ultimate Fighter. It was pretty exciting. So he could bring it out, but for the most part, I think he's going to go out there to secure the W, do whatever he has to do to win. Toe stomps, holding his opponent up against the cage, some shoulder strikes. That's just flashy. I won't lie. And yeah, man, we'll see if Connor's in attendance. He said that Connor was going to be in attendance. Dana White said that that's not the case, so we'll see. Dana White likes to lie, so we'll see what happens. Maybe he's keeping it a surprise. I'm suspecting that we're going to get a little Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor face-off, and they're going to announce UFC 296 or a future card with Conor McGregor in. Michael Chandler, but we'll see obviously there. But yeah, I got Brad Katona. He's gonna hold down Cody Gibson. Fight's not gonna be too pretty, but he'll get the job done. So give me that. Next fight we got Austin Hubbard versus Kurt Holobaugh. I got Kurt Holobaugh by knockout in round 2. You know, one of those fights where I think it's really between Holobaugh getting the finish or Hubbard getting the decision. You know, Holobaugh's, proven finisher. I think he's going to go out there and really overwhelm Hubbard with the strikes, man. His boxing's so crisp, man. Knocking out a guy like Jason Knight. Hubbard, he just don't got that dog. I don't know if he doesn't have that dog in him. I hate saying stuff like that, but, even the Roosevelt fight, like you guys are on the Ultimate Fighter, big opportunity to get into the house, man. He just let the fight get to the scorecards, never once got out of first gear. That stuff's going to really bite you or come back to bite you when you get to the big leagues. They're essentially in the big leagues in this matchup, and, Kurt Holobaugh, he has that BKFC experience. He's a true dog, so I think he's going to make it a dog fight, make it his type of fight, and knock him out in the second. Next fight, we got Dennis Tiuliulin versus Gregory Rodrigues. I got Gregory Rodrigues. I probably should have picked him by submission. I won't even lie. I'll probably change this as soon as possible, but yeah, man, I think he gets a submission. So, ignore the pick. I might have to, change this later. I think he gets probably the submission, honestly. Just because, I don't know, Tiuliulin doesn't have the best grappling I've seen. So, I think that's going to be a big thing that he can exploit, even though he could knock him out, too. It could be one of those things that maybe he knocks him down and then he goes for the submission, but it would almost be, if he didn't do his tape study like everyone else is doing, and a lot of the people are seeing, there's a big hole in that game. It's hard to really measure how fighters are going to fight. You obviously don't know that, but when there's a glaring issue on the other end, you'd have to assume that, fighters, they got good people around them, that they're going to make a conscious decision to, okay, let's not strike with this guy. He's not good in this area. Let's attack that. So, all right, yeah. So, the knockout, like I was saying, the knockout with submission play is not a bad play, all in all. Either way, I think I'd probably lean to a submission. So that's my official pick. Typology, I don't know. I gotta adjust it for sure. But yeah, my official play is probably by submission. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see here. Maybe I can adjust it. Let me see here. All right, I'm gonna come in here and adjust it real quick. I'm gonna go by submission in round 1. 8 seconds, but we got that in right there. No, what? Damn, okay, that sucks. That's fine. We'll be all right. We'll have to fight another day. Okay. We're back. Yeah, but that's my I guess that's my typology pick. My official pick is Rodrigues by submission in round 2. I think he can exploit Dennis Tiuliulin's poor ground game. Get the takedowns, maybe 1 or 2 takedowns, at least 1. But yeah, mostly, like I said, I got Gregory Rodrigues in this matchup. I think it's really just up to how he does it. But yeah. Next fight, we got Chris Weidman versus Brad Tavares. Yeah, in this matchup, I just got Brad Tavares. He has decent takedown defense and really good. I think he's better striker in this matchup. He hits hard. And, Chris Weidman's coming off the leg injury. He's been out for a while. This is just the perfect spot to take him. I've heard a lot of people, they say that comparing it to almost Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. I can see those similarities too. Tony Ferguson, taking a bunch of losses in his career. 2 old guys, trying to go back for the title, talking very positively. I can see those same parallels, they're not going against another old guy too. Tavares has had his struggles too. Tavares and Green are pretty comparable. So I think this is a really good spot for Tavares to finish the fight, make it look easy, and get a statement win, Yeah, it sucks for Weidman, because I think he'd be an interesting threat for maybe Adesanya if he could make that climb. He's not too old. He's a name somewhat, but yeah, it's not his time. It's Tavares'. Well, not even Tavares' time either. But for the night, for the day. It's going to be Tavares' time. He's going to get the knockout round 2. Next fight, we got Chito Vera versus Pedro Munhoz. Marlon Vera, you want to call him that. Yeah, man, I think Marlon Vera, man, he's going to get outclassed by Pedro Munhoz. And Marlon Vera, he's cool, you know what I mean? I picked him to lose in the Corey Sandhagen fight, you know, but I picked him to beat Dominic Cruz. So I think I could judge a Marlon Vera fight pretty well. You know, this is just not his fight to win. You know, I think Pedro Munhoz was on the way to also beat O'Malley. Won that first round against O'Malley. Eye poke happened. He kind of had it figured out. You know, part of the reason why I'm going to be picking O'Malley. I mean, sorry, not O'Malley. Aljamain Sterling to beat him. To beat O'Malley. But, yeah, man, I mean, Pedro Munhoz should be able to just, like, you know, put the output on Chito Vera. He'll probably win that first round. You know, Marlon Vera loves to, you know, drop first rounds. This is a 3-round fight. You know, so he has to come out fast, and he doesn't typically do that. You know, I think power, I mean, Vera has that finishing ability. You know, he can lose fights and then come back late. I just think a 3-round fight really is just not the best type of fight for Marlon Vera. You know, I think Marlon Vera, he thrives in a 5-round setting. You know, he's not going 5 rounds here. So I think Pedro's going to fight smart. You know, leg kicks are going to be big in this matchup. Just getting out of the way of stuff. Both hit pretty hard, but they're both really tough. So I don't think there's going to be a finish here. I think Munhoz just does enough. I think I said he's going to get dominated. I think it's going to be a pretty close fight. Maybe like 29-28. Could be even 30-27 with all the rounds being close. So, but, you know, a close fight, measured fight, but Munhoz just being a step ahead, getting the decision. So next fight, Mario Bautista versus Blackshear. Tough fight to predict, honestly. I mean, I'm leaning Blackshear. I just think he's I don't want to say they're relatively the same fighter, but, you know, they have some of the same skills. You know, they both, like, hit decently hard, got good grappling, good wrestling. I'm just leaning Blackshear here. You know, I think he's coming off of the momentum of the Twister, short notice, and never to really I don't know. He's going to have a lot of confidence coming off that last win. It's a new opponent for Bautista. I guess it affects them both in the same way, but I just lean Blackshear a little more. You know, I think he might hit a little bit harder, a little better striking, grappling, all that type of stuff. I think, honestly, the odds should be 50-50. Like, this is actually a pretty close fight. I think maybe part of the reason why it's not that way is because Blackshear's on short notice, but at the end of the day, a fight's a fight. You know, when they get locked in there, it's going to be a fight. So, you know, I think Blackshear going to do history. 7 days notice, essentially. 2 wins in 14 days. I think he's going to do it. Get the job done. Pull off a big upset. So, next fight, got Neil Magny versus Ian Garry. I don't know, not much to say. I think the biggest thing here is that I don't think Ian Garry's going to knock out Neil Magny. I think Neil Magny's going to go out there, prove a point. Have one of those veteran performances, you know, clinch a little bit, just do enough. Probably be a disputed decision a little bit, split decision, but I think he'll make the fight tough and grindy, you know. But Ian Garry's going to edge it out. I'm hearing a lot of people say, like, Gary's going to spark him out and he's going to do all this stuff. But, I mean, Garry, man, I don't know. He takes his time. He doesn't force a lot of stuff that he does, you know. If something happens, it happens, you know. But I think he's comfortable going for a decision if he has to. And, you know, man, he's pretty tough out there, you know. It's hard to hit. Got good reach. He's going to have the longer reach in this matchup. And, there's, you know, there's a little fuel on the fire, you know, with the whole, like, beating your kids drama that they got going on. Garry attacking Neil Magny for the stuff that he said in the press conference. So it's a little, you know, fuel to the flame. You know, I think I'm one of those guys who's under the belief that you should be fighting like that guy just killed your, I don't know, like he just took your money or he just said something about your mom. You should be fighting like that every single time you step out there. But obviously that's not the case. You know, some fighters take it a little easy, or, you know, if there's not like a vendetta or a personal vendetta that they have against their opponent, you know, they're not going to fight as hard. But obviously there's that fuel. And I don't think Ian Garry, it's gonna be a performance where it leaves a sour taste in your mouth. You're like, you know, Gary's good, but he was supposed to knock this guy out, you know. So minus 500 favorite. I think it's gonna be a disappointing performance. Neil Magny's gonna make it close, but obviously a step ahead. and Garry move on to bigger and better things. Next fight, Zhang versus Amanda Lemos. Another decision I have here. Yeah, man, Zhang, she's cool. I am a little concerned, like, on the feet. You know, standing with Lemos, she hits pretty hard, but, you know, Zhang's not that bad on the feet either. She can do her, you know, striking, all that type of stuff. But I think the fight's really going to be one on the ground. I think it's going to go late. It's probably going to be a close decision as well. With Zhang getting knocked down at least once. I think she's going to get knocked down, floored once, but she's going to fight back, going to keep going. The grappling disparity between the two, I think, is going to go, obviously, in favor of Zhang. And that'll win her the fight, you know. I think on the feet, she can stay in there enough to where it's not horribly horrible. You know, it's like she didn't get, like, finished, you know, brutally finished, something like knocked out cold, like she did against Rose Namajunas. But, yeah, man, I think grappling is going to save the day for Weili Zhang. So I have her by decision. Close fight, I think, too, another close one. But, yeah. And then main event, Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley. I think I was just going to submit Sean O'Malley in round one. You know, I don't know, man. Sean O'Malley, man, he's lost me some money, man. I don't know, like, that Jan fight was a complete robbery, you know. But upon rewatch, like, it was actually closer than I thought it was, but I still think Jan won. A lot of people had that same revelation, like, maybe this fight was a little closer than we thought, but not close enough to where you give it to Jan, you know. I still, like, a lot of people to this day, you know, it's 30-27. Jan was a better scorecard than 29-28. O'Malley, you know, so. You know, I struggle to see what the judges were watching, and I rewatched that fight probably like 5 times. Not like in succession, but, you know, from then on and then till now. Watched it last night. Yeah, it's confusing. But, yeah, man, in that fight, you know, O'Malley proved that he could hang with the elite of the division. Aljo strikes a little different, though. He's not going to be, a lot of people saying he might get sparked out on the feet, but, you know, his strike is actually, like, pretty underrated. You know, he hit Jan with some shots, hung in there with Cejudo. A lot of people thought Cejudo would have the better striking. Even took down a guy like Cejudo. So, Olympic wrestler, all the credentials on the ground. So, you know, I don't know. It's going to be wraps. Like, a lot of people are saying that Aljo doesn't have the, you know, submission capabilities to just, like, who was I watching? I was watching We Want Picks. I was watching the guy. He was like, what did he say? He said something like, people acted like Aljo's a Gracie. Like, he knows all the submissions. Like, I don't think he needs to know all the submissions, like, to beat a guy like O'Malley. You know, he could just, you know, rear naked choke, just a couple submissions. But even that pressure, you know, just staying on him. O'Malley being such a long, lanky guy. And Aljo being so big and strong, man, that too added on to it. You know, Jan was able to manhandle O'Malley in a lot of these situations. And Aljo's bigger and stronger than Jan, you could argue. Took down Jan. So, you know, O'Malley's going to need some, like, really good takedown defense. You know, I don't see a scenario where O'Malley gets a submission off his back. He's going to need to get a knockout in, like, round 1. You know what I mean? I think if he doesn't get that, like, defend the takedowns, if he gets takedown once, man, I think it's wraps. You know, I think it's really how it's going to be decided. It's a fight where I think you'll know how the fight's going to go for sure once, like, round 1 ends. Even, like, 30 seconds into it, I think you'll know. You know, once if a takedown defended, but actually, I disagree with that statement. I don't even agree with that. I think, like, it's going to be hard to predict because I think O'Malley's going to be a little better on the feet. He's going to have that X factor in his hands, but, you know, Aljo can stop the fight at any moment. He's so dangerous, you know, once he gets that back, man. It's backpack season, you know. He can really choke you out like that. So I got Sterling by submission in round 1. Just Aljo by submission, like, in general, you know. I think he's going to be hard to hit. I think a big thing for O'Malley would be the head kick. I saw a video. People were talking about how he ducks to the side and, you know, he can, you know, curve off to the right, left. You see that in Cejudo fight. Cejudo's kind of short, stocky. He couldn't really get up there to get that kick there. O'Malley can do that. So Aljo has to worry about that, you know, doing some of the things that Dominic Cruz did against Vera that got him knocked out via head kick. Got to be careful of that type of stuff with a lanky striker. an unpredictable guy like Sean O'Malley, but I think the belt is staying with the Funk Master, man. I think he's staying with Aljamain Sterling. He's going to get the job done. I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm tired of the people talking down on Aljamain Sterling. You know, he is the greatest bantamweight champion of all time. He's better than Dominic Cruz. Better than all these guys. He's going to get the win here. Sub out like O'Malley. Make it look easy. Move up. Beat Volkanovski. And proclaim himself as the GOAT of MMA. Higher than John Jones. We're not hearing it, bro. Higher than John Jones. Higher than all these people, bro. Like Aljo, the disrespect is like unwarranted, man. Like, he's just that guy. So, hey, man, thanks for watching or listening, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to. I don't know. Like, as of late, I've just been doing the audio videos, just like, you know, me talking, and then you'll see in the fights. But definitely want to get back to, you know, being in front of the screen. It's not a priority of mine, though. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I guess locks are the card, if you want to see that. Let's see here. Okay, we're good. Locks of the card. Honestly, we'll go Aljo. I wasn't initially going to put him there, but might as well. Aljo. I like Garry as a lock. Tavares. Gregory. Rodrigues. Brad Katona. And Natalia Silva. Those are my locks. Leave a like on the video, subscribe. Peace out, most. You already know what it is.